Hey, what's going on, everybody? Yo,
Hi. Hello.
welcome back to another episode, chapter, commentary of Just a Reaper. And I am
Yep.
with the co creator, Matthew,
Hi. It's me.
Matthew Fennell, featuring
Or
Pitbull.
just Matt. You can just call me Matt, I
Or just
suppose.
Matt. Yeah, just Matt. So, here we have the Get Back. Right here. Like, Matt wanted to do a different kind of approach to this. Like, do you want to like go through just go through the overview of the chapter, and then we can go into like what we thought about it?
Yeah, sure. So, I think the Get Back was where I completely let go of any type of control of of the visual aspect of the series, I believe. And I think I also wrote this chapter too from the script.
No.
Like in the script, I think this was either this might have been me, this whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I remember chapter 5 was a mix of both of us. Like chapter one was a mix of both of us. Was mostly you. Chapter 2 was me. Chapter 3 was a mix of both of us. This one was kind of mostly me, and then chapter 5, I think it's like a hefty mix of both of us. Um, I just remember this one being the low point, so I remember it being just kind of easier to write. And then also I think like visually, I just wanted to let go of any type of you know what I mean. I just felt like it would probably be easier for you to just do what you think is necessary. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
I only just gave notes really. Like I only like anytime you send something, and usually my notes were just like this is cool, and that's it. It's like I was like, all right, I'm gonna let you handle. I'm gonna let you do my light work, as they say. Handle my
Yeah.
light work.
Yeah. Okay. So, like, what we're gonna do is just gonna go an overview through the whole chapter, and then we rewind and have the second part of the commentary to actually give the commentary of what we did, right?
Okay.
Yeah, awesome, awesome. All right, so this is the last chapter. I am great. Who are you compared to me? Nothing. He's on. He's so high right now. He's at his emotional high, and then the next page is a double page spread of of
Our
Kane.
villain.
Yeah, what?
Okay.
Yeah, of Kane,
That's our villain.
our villain, coming back from his slumber, getting ready for his chance. Says crap.
Slumber.
He punches him, pow, right into a billboard, right into a billboard, and he bashes right into it. You see all the debris flying everywhere. He's like, "All right, good shot. Now it's my turn." But before he gets to finish that word, he sees Kane, the silhouette of Kane, jumping from the distance and slamming him right, right through that building, the same building. Oh no! He crashes
Oh
into an
wow.
intersection. More debris, and then when he in the middle of the debris, a little as the dust try to settle, you have a man, a lowly father, trying to get his attention to get out of the road because he got to pick up his kids. But while he's yelling at Eric to get out of the road, a car gets thrown at Eric's direction over here, and
Yeah.
and that's another feat of his strength. He can catch like flying cars right here. So
Because
you
we
have a
don't really power scale them.
yeah, we don't power scale at all. So he just catches I forgot what kind of this is like a jeep or something. He catches a jeep and slams it to the ground, and then you see Kane just completely burning the intersection. And wait, hold up. Yeah, this is good. This is good. And Kane over here is like, "Yo, where are you from? And where are you from for real?" Erica's like, "I already told you, I'm a Reaper." And he's like, "Yeah, I never heard of Reapers." So he just charges, he takes him, and he just freaking suplexes him into the pavement. And like, I remember Matt saying that this was a pretty a weird thing. They just like his head just like slammed into the floor right here. Like,
Yeah.
how he doesn't even know what he's doing.
Yeah. Yeah, you
It
can't even
works.
suplex, right?
Yeah, it works. It works. And as Kane's body is like uh it's like an ostrich right over here. He flips over and says, "Yo, you need to go." But as he tells him he needs to like get out of here. He's trying to find his scythe to reap him back to where he came from. But then you have this angle, this freaking. It kind of reminds me of like a Boondocks like shower scene type angle.
Oh god.
Yeah. And he's like, "Yo, you're not getting rid of me that easy. But like, you're not that bad. But yo, you need to get out of here. My name is Kane." And he's like, kicks him like Team Rocket blasting off again right here. And we in like the next page we see him like falling from the crash, going from one building to a next, and now he's he's just building hopping from one to another, trying to regain his composure. And then we cut to CT just smoking a cigarette and some money on the table after a long day's work of selling guns to people. And you can see in this panel, Eric is just like getting ready to crash in from the background, and they just slams all in. Like T is like, "Yo, that's gonna come out of my deposit." Not even worried about his friend just like crashing in, like his clothes all tattered and broken into.
He'll be all right.
Yeah, he'll be all right. So he's like, "Yo, you good, bro?" And then some time passes. He wakes up. All good, everything's all good with new clothes. And T's like, "Yo, you're passed out for a while, but I got new clothes on you. Yo, just take a couple of these, and you'll be all right." And then he just hands him like a random pill bottle that has Tylenol like taped over it.
What I like about that is he tapes Tylenol over it. that is equal to the original joke.
Yeah.
It is equal to the original, but I'll let you finish.
Yeah.
I can talk about that later.
Yeah, Tylenol. And he just like tosses it out the building, and T is like, "Yo, I know this has like your business written all over it, because nobody knows what's going on, but I know, but I do. It has something to do with you. So what's going on?" And Eric is like, "Yo, I messed up." And he's like, "Yo, quit playing. You don't get to mess up. Get over yourself." And Eric is like, "No, like I know it's over. It's done." And then T over here is like slams through the wall and be like, "Yo, if you die, everyone else dies, and I'm not gonna let everybody else die. Mostly, I have family, and I'm not gonna let my family die because you won't nut up." And he says like, "Yo, get off me." High emotional stakes. And he finds out another power of exploding exploding cigarettes. But maybe there's more to exploding cigarettes. And they look at the bud over here, and he's like, "Yo, let's go outside." Yeah, and that's the overview. That's the whole overview.
Whoa.
Yo, that was like 8 minutes. Let's go.
Yeah, yes. Good for you. But man, Mason, you're getting better at this every single time we do this.
Heck yeah. All right, so let's go back to the title. I remember when we were we were like talking about the design for the Get Back. You specifically wanted to do what? Bully? Scholarship edition?
Yeah, so I was I don't know if I was playing Bully or whatever I was doing. But I saw the Bully cover, and I thought the cover was really good, and I think it matched the general idea of the story of this chapter. So I was like, okay, let's do the Bully cover. And the title, The Get Back, is just something I came up with like literally in 0.5 of a second. Actually, you know what? The Get Back was supposed to be the final chapter title.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was like, well, let's just make it this title. Let's make it chapter 4's title. Nice. And we'll make the next one something different.
Oh yeah, and also while making this, I wanted to steal as much colors as I can from the source material. So like if there was like anything that from the original source material that I could use to like have that more of a Bully feel, I would. And I remember like the white of Kane's like body to like the color of his tongue and the eyes, and especially the outline of him. And like I think with the outline of it, because I know I use like just straight gray, but with the help of the outlines, and it gives it a little bit more context. It gives the colors a little bit more context to make
Yeah.
the surrounding colors appear differently than what I actually used, right? And
Yeah, bro.
I know, like in Bully, the background it had like different comics, like different comic panels of the different comic panels
Of
of the
doing something
characters
different.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I was like, where I was thinking like, where are these comics even from? I didn't like. I think I played Bully, but I was like on the Wii, but I didn't actually have the time to just look at the cover and notice that like where these panels came from. I guess it was just original just for the cover, but another thing that you notice from the background of Bully is that they also have like the insignia of Bulworth on there, and I was thinking like, what? Like we don't have like an insignia for Jester Reaper, so I had to like make up something
Yeah.
on the spot. So what I had to do is I made something similar to an insignia. Is like this Z like shape, but it's just like two not crosses, but two sides inverted. That kind of looks like a no sign. And within the negative space, I have like the lower crown of pain and like the eye, like the eye over here. So like
I thought it was a cool way. I thought it was a cool way to copy the cover. That
yeah,
was
thank
really
it.
cool. I wasn't expecting you to do that. I thought it was fire.
Yeah, because I'm like, there's like the one thing I do like about Insignias is that it's like, or like it's called coat of arms, right? And the one cool thing about coat of arms, like everything is a symbol, is just symbolic of something else. So I just wanted I could go a little bit further and just like just try to do like a little bit more esoteric with the symbolism, but I'm like, no, most people are not going, most people are not going to care. I don't feel like most people are going to care, so I just went with like the most obvious like characteristics of Kane
Oh,
for
yeah.
this one. So oh yeah, and for the comic panels, you could already tell that I just like stole different panels from throughout the comic so far, from the past, from the previous chapters and the current. Wait, I think yeah, all this is from the current chapter actually. So it's kind of like
Oh wow.
yeah. So I guess if you like paid attention, like you're basically getting spoiled a little bit of what's going on, but nobody really pays attention to like the covers.
Yeah, no one gives a
Yeah,
fuck,
nobody
man.
cares.
No one pays us. No one. We're just fucked.
Yeah,
Whatever.
it's like anime. It's like anime intros. Like they spoil everything for you, but like you don't care. You don't know what's going on, and it just looks cool.
Yeah.
And then after
Um,
when you go to the final chapter, your final episode, you're like, oh wow, this is what everything is meant to represent. That's crazy. Right.
yeah. The one thing I can think of that I was talking about,
Mm-hmm.
or that I was thinking about, is after after the cover. Are we going to the actual comic after this, or we can just kind of talk about everything, right?
Yeah, we can talk about
I was-
everything up to the current chapter we're talking about. How about that?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, so yeah, all right, cool. Because I didn't know if you were gonna go, if you were gonna flip to each page or whatever the fuck. But anyway, it's actually good that you have the cover up. Anyway, the only thing, the things I was thinking about was kind of like the jokes that were kind of like in this chapter. I liked the scene with the guy in the car. About the guy in the car was that there was another guy in the script. There was another guy.
Oh,
Do
really?
you remember that? Yeah, no,
I think I got like a different one, a different guy. Oh no, I think I got a different version. Another thing about like how we did it, because like if you read any of my like author's notes, you know I'm a one and done type of guy. So like after
Yeah, one take,
I'm a one take Drake.
yeah, one take Drake.
Yeah, when it comes to like script writing, after I was done, I just left alone. But Matt, he as soon as I got to like doing the art, Matt has already had like 5 different takes, 5 different like versions, and like he was just sending it to me, and I just didn't know if I had like the 3rd version or the 1st. You know what I mean? So like
Yeah, so there's a lot of stuff in. So this is the mistake. This was more a mistake on me more than Mason. So what would happen is that I would read the script and I'd be like, nah, maybe we should adjust this. And I kept doing that. I did it actually 4 times.
Mhm.
And the most recent draft that I still have actually. I did send to you at some point, but by the time that you were already working on it, you were just using the original like Google Doc, like the original version, like the one we wrote in 2021 that we didn't
Yeah.
adjust. And
Yeah.
so like there's a lot of different and so what would happen is that you would ask me if this panel's okay, and I'm like, hey, can you put this joke in there? And you're like, okay, if like you know what I mean? And so it was
Yeah.
like the content is gonna get weird, where like it's a mix of the third draft and then the original fucking draft that you wrote.
And
Or
yeah.
fourth
What
draft, I mean.
I remember when you were like, "Can you insert something like this?" I'm like, "It's done, dude. Like, what are you talking?" It's like, "What are you talking about? It's
Yeah,
drawn."
yeah. I'm like, hey, can you put this joke in there? And you're like, what are you talking about? Like, what the fuck?
Like,
Yeah.
we're going we're going to print. Like, what are you talking?
Yeah, he's like, yo, this is going to Amazon, dog. Yeah, well, I remember the one joke that the most recent joke was wasn't even in the script, was the billboard thing.
Right.
The one where he crashes in
Yeah.
the billboard.
This is like the most last minute thing that we've joked that we made. I think this is like one of those
Yeah,
post.
he's-
This is really like a pros production joke. Honestly.
Yeah, because it was already the panel was already done, and I was like, hey, can you asked me, you're like, what should it say? And I'm like, put this in there.
Yeah. Vote for Charlie Cox. He's mixed like Logic.
Yeah, Charlie Cox is a politician in this universe that you're probably gonna see throughout the season. He's not the best guy. I won't lie to you.
And we might have a Logic cameo where everybody's like, dude, we're like, I don't know, Greg will be like, dude, we gotta hurry up, we're gonna miss the Logic concert. And then like,
yeah, we're gonna put a Logic fucking
yeah, Logic is gonna perform under pressure.
Yeah. Well, actually, and also there's another fun fact about that car scene. So when we originally wrote the 2021 draft, it was supposed to be animated. So during that time, I was scrounging for money and trying to get people, you know what I mean, interested in the project. And so I was basically emailing anybody that would be interested in doing voices or anything. And the guy that you see was multiple guys. Like the whole scene was going to be Eric lands in the street and everyone starts yelling at him for stopping traffic.
Oh
And this is back when it took place in
right.
Philadelphia.
I
emailed RDC, Real Dreams, RDC World One. I don't know if you guys know who those guys are, but they're a really good like sketch group on YouTube. And I emailed them and I sent them the script and I was like, yo, and in the email I was like, listen, like this is the N word. I promise you we're black. like please don't like please don't look at this. Think we're racist. We're actually black people. And they never responded.
I really you know what? Looking back, that's one thing I really do admire about you. You just like. I wouldn't even start thinking about like contacting people like RDC because I know it's gonna be a hard no from the get go. But you're like, hey, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take, and I'm like, all right.
Yeah. So like my what's it called? Theory on just like connection and contacting is just like the only way you can make a connection is if you make the connection. If you don't make the connection, then it never happened. But if you make the connection and they don't respond, you still tried. Like, you know what I mean? And so like that's kind of how I made all of my friends whenever I would go to school, or like even when I used to do stuff on like Newgrounds and stuff like that. Like all the connections I made was like, because remember when we were when we were younger, when I first like knew you or whatever, I always knew all the like poppin' artists or whatever, and I'd be like, yo, like I have this guy on Discord or whatever. I don't know if you remember that. I don't know if you were there for a lot of that.
I knew you were. That was like your vibe. Like you were kind of like connected, but I wasn't really interested in like celebs at that time, celebs at that time.
Yeah, no, but yeah, so like there would be a thing where I'd come in and I'd be like, hey, I just talked to that guy. Like, you guys want to talk? And they're like, what the fuck? Why do you know that guy? I'm like, oh, because I hit him up, and they were like, hey, what's up? Yeah, no, I've been doing that all of my life, and it kind of worked. It's like a thing where it's like it pays back in spades when you need it to. That's what I'll say. Is that when you need it to, it pays back in spades. But for the most part, it really doesn't, and you end up just having an RDC email
right
that goes nowhere. But Yeah, actually, we never really talked about like that. Well, I guess only I could really talk about that aspect of it being an animated pilot at first. Um, so when we wrote this, or well, when I wrote my original, I remember I wrote like an animatic thing first, and I wanted you to voice it. And then after that, I was like, "Hey, do you want to write like a full thing?" And you're like, "Yeah." And I was like, "Okay, we're gonna make a pilot now." And yeah, it was very annoying because I was going to school and I was working at the time, so I was very stressed out, and I would just come to Mason with a bunch of ideas and stuff about what I'd put in the pilot or whatever, and I'll just kind of be confirming and denying stuff through Mason because Mason's always kind of been like my editor kind of guy. You know what I mean? I was just gonna hit him up and be like, "Hey, is this a good idea?" And he'd be like, "No, do this instead." And I'm like, "All right, cool." Um, and that's how we ended up doing the comic because I remember I came to you with a funny like joke or whatever, and you called me like a DeviantArt slur or like
Oh
I can't
yeah,
say the
yeah,
word.
yeah.
Yeah,
You were telling me about like
yeah,
all these ideas you had for the characters of Jess the Reaper, and I'm like, you're
yeah,
talking.
for the pilot.
Yeah, for the pilot. I was like, dude, you're like, are we gonna do something? Because it sounds like you're just talking to me about your DeviantArt OCs.
Yeah, he said something really mean to me, and I was like, "Oh shit!"
That's literally
And
what
you
I
were like,
said. I just said like you taught me about your
"Oh
DeviantArt.
yeah, yeah, yeah."
Yeah, I just
That's
got. I
no,
was
that's exactly what you
like,
said,
it's like, are we
word
gonna
for
do
word.
something? Yeah, are we gonna do something, or you just gotta talk to me about your DeviantArt OCs?
Yeah, and I was like, "I should have told you to kill yourself." I should have like, nigga, who the fuck are you talking to? Cuz I should have went off. But nah, no. What is it? I took that as a sign that this was going to take forever, and if we can do something quicker, we should. And that's how we ended up doing the book.
Yeah, doing the book,
But
all
even
done.
that took a while though,
Oh
because
yeah.
originally we were gonna do the book. We were gonna do the book in 2022, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Remember that?
Oh yeah. Well, like it was a very slow thing because like yeah, I we just didn't know how to make money off of this or just find a way to make
Well,
get
hold on.
excitement.
Actually, I actually have to take a lot of I have to take a lot of the blame for that because really what really happened was that in 2022 and I think it was March, you were actually ready to do it off the jump, but I wanted to storyboard it, and I took fucking forever to get that shit done. It took fucking so long, and the moment I got it done, well, like what would happen was that I'd work on it and I'd stop, and then I'd scrap it and I'd go back to it or whatever. And you were still working on your comic at the same time. So it would be a thing where you'd be like, I was like, am I working on Just the Reaper? And I'm like, yeah, you can still work on Just the Reaper or whatever. But then you'd be like, well, I'm still working on my comic too. Like I have like shit I'm doing, like you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And so like it would be a thing where we'd just constantly like bugging each other about it, the thing. And then just one day I was really tired of it and I got it done. And that's when I invited Connor on. And I was like, yo, Connor, like, you know what I mean, come help us. And that's when we got the first chapter done, man. And anyway, that's off topic, on topic. Now we're back to chapter 4.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, this a lot of chapter 4 was just jokes that were changed. Like this one, the Tylenol bottle.
Oh right,
This,
right.
originally the joke was it was the Tylenol bottle, but it said like only take two or whatever, and he threw it out the window or whatever, and it hit like a car or something. And then Mason just changed it up a little bit and something a little bit more.
Yeah, the original thing was like,
Issue.
yeah, you just take two of these. But wait, yeah,
Yeah.
you take yeah, take two of these or on the bottle or something. I had like I did not know what a Tylenol bottle looked like. I just thought it was just a regular pill bottle. Because like the thing about me is like I don't take like over the counter drug like pills at all. If I'm just not feeling good, I go to bed. So I just thought.
Yeah, no. Mason's like a fucking like invincible or something. Like,
Yeah.
he just like when he goes to sleep, he'll just be like, "Oh man, I'm like dying, like I'm throwing up," and I'm like, "Are you okay? Like go take something." And he's like, "No, I'm gonna go to sleep." And he'll wake up tomorrow and be like, "Yeah, I'm fine. Like I'm cool. Like I just drank some water."
Yeah, just drink water, go to sleep, and I'm like, oh yeah, like I'm ready to go back on the, ready to go back to work out on the comic, like nothing
Yeah,
happened.
man.
Yeah, so I'm like, I don't know what a Tylenol bottle looks like, so I just looked up like pill bottle and like some off over the counter pill bottle, and then I just like kind of drew from that, and then I think a little bit later, I looked up like Tylenol, and I found out their bottles look distinctly different. It's like,
I think
so,
even I said, I was like, that's not a, I was like, that's not a Tylenol bottle, and you're like, whatever.
yeah,
And I was like, fuck, you already drew it, so I was like, what am I gonna like
yeah, I
stop you?
already
Like,
drew it, so I was like, okay, so it has the shape of just like a pill bottle, right? So I could probably like write like have like a label that probably says something else, or just like like say it says have it say something else, or just like have the appearance that it says something else, and then just have a Tylenol sticker over it.
yeah,
So
you could just put like drugs on it or something.
yeah, it's like I literally just say drugs, the feel better pills. So I did not know Tylenol was like a name brand thing. I just thought that was just like
Yeah, it is funny about like it is funny how like sometimes we'll have like weird, like me and you will have like weird like cultural disconnects, and it will turn out the funniest way into the like into the comic. It will translate hilariously, or like even in like writing or whatever. Like I'll be like I remember like with Metal Hero, our other comic that we did or whatever, where you're just like, oh yeah, they eat at the table. And I'm like, no, they don't, and you're like, what? Like you know what I mean? I'm like, yo, the dad just sits on the couch and he's watching TV or whatever. You're like, like that's so weird. But yeah, no, it does make for a funny comic.
mm.
Anyway, though, I mean, do you have any other things that you remember about this whole?
Oh, yeah, I can go down the list, honestly. Because I remember when I was drawing this, I took a lot of inspiration from Sunken Rock. That I think it was like I don't know if it was like I think it was made by the guy that made Doctor Stone, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
like the way that he would draw muscles and like looking at it up close, it doesn't look that cool. But like when you like look at it far away, it looks it looks like it's better rendered. But I remember I drew this like a couple of times because if
Mm-hmm.
you looked at the thumbnail of it, it looked the angle was supposed to be like different. It was supposed to like be a little bit of an older over the shoulder, like them like looking at each other on like a at like a
Mm-hmm.
90 degree not 90 degree angle or something like that. But it just did not look as impactful as this one. So this was like very much like off the cuff. I was like trying to draw like landmarks first, and I liked how it turned out. Honestly,
Oh yeah.
yeah. So this was pretty on brand with the thumbnail and the Charlie Cox. Like he's mixed like Logic. That was pretty cool because I remember looking up a picture of Logic and I just like traced his head over. Like I had like a what? I looked up a picture of like I think I looked up like white guy back to back pose. So like
You looked up like the poster for Sweet Life of Zach and Cody.
no, like I couldn't even do that because it was just like if I used Zach and Cody, they'd look too young. I wanted specifically like a middle-aged white guy, and like to copy off of. So I was like, white guy posing back to back, and man, Google is so cool because you can find literally anything. so I just,
Right.
so I just took the reference of
You
that.
just googled, hey, pick two white guys sitting back to back and let's see what happens.
Yeah, there was like a short, like huskier guy and like a lanky guy. So I was like, "That's Logic," and I just found like an image of Logic, and I just like traced him, like with the same exact face. Like it's such a like, and if you squint, it's like, yeah, I guess that's Logic. So like,
Yeah, I suppose so.
yeah,
Logic's gonna love this, man. We should add. I should add Logic
yeah,
actually. Put you in
featuring
your
Logic.
comic.
Yeah.
You know, I'm gonna do that right now as we speak. Logic 301.
Oh
Is his
man.
Twitter handle really Rap DeMarco? Jesus Christ, man. Oh my god.
Man.
No
But
offense to Logic, but Jesus, man. Hold on. Hey, Logic.
oh, we're really doing this, huh?
Yeah, yeah. My name is. Oh no. What should I say? Hey, Logic.
I
You
love
are
your
a good.
songs.
Okay. I love your music. We put you in our comic. You what is it?
I
Thanks for that suicide song. I really needed that. No, wait, no.
I really needed that. I really needed something to push me to push me over the
Someone
edge.
push me to the edge. I'm going to kill myself directly after this tweet. Thanks to that gay ass song that you did. All right. Yep. There we go. All right. No, I'm gonna delete that.
Yeah.
I'm
Okay.
just gonna
Anyway,
put it in a
I'll
comic.
yeah put you in the comic. So yeah. So this was probably like
So what
the
were we talking about again?
yeah. So chapter 4 and 5 is when I actually
Oh, shit.
decided to focus more on adding more trees into the background. So like literally, if I just had like negative space, I would try to fill it with trees. So yeah, in this crashing thing, I remember using like I use Sketchfab like a lot. For anybody who just doesn't have no confidence in like drawing environments or buildings, I just use Sketchfab a lot as like references. And yeah, this and I used it both for this and that. Moving on, and it's, Sketchfab and Google Earth. I learned because I'm if I learned anything, it's like I'm not good at environments. I'm not good at drawing buildings, environments, X, Y, and Z. I use like my tools as a crutch to get what I need done, right? So like using your tools at your disposal as much as possible to like get your message across in the aesthetic that you thought as you see fit. Because I'm just doing what I can do, and I encourage anybody to do what they can do when it comes to getting their message across. So when it comes to when it comes to like the whole car scene right here, I do remember the whole there was supposed to be more people surrounding it, and like they weren't really phased. Not even the car, they just weren't phased about what's going on. Like all of them were just basically like looking at a guy that just like fell from a building and just like ruined the concrete of the intersection for everybody. Got to leave like 20 potholes, right? And they're all just like roasting him like it was his doing the whole time. So yeah, like as we get through this, I remember this shot took longer than it needed to be because it's like a very simple shot, but I just didn't know how to go about it. And this is like when and this is like chapter 4 was when I think we took a break. Not that I took a break, but it was done the end of this segment, and I was working on the other comics like Purgatory Academy, Chimera Island, and Jester Let's Go Metal Hero.
Took a lot of breaks in between working on the comic, but the most apparent one was probably this one, because I think this was the one. This is the longest one, right? Or was that between chapter 2 and 3? I forget which one was the longest one. I think
the longest one is chapter 5, and that was when I just like rushed it through. Like I did like one straight thing, because like after
longest break. I'm saying
longest,
like the break between.
I can't even remember what was the longest break, honestly, because
It might have been either this one or it might have been chapter 2 to chapter 3, one or the other.
Yeah, it was around chapter 2 to chapter 3. But because like after this, I remember this was like the last segment that I did before I think like before a couple of key things happened, and one of those key things that happened was Matt being done with like the thumbnails. He just gave me authority to like finish it. And I remember at the same time I was going on a cruise to like the Caribbean to celebrate my niece's like birthday, and on that cruise it was no internet. I had no internet. I had for like it was like a 7-day thing. I had no internet, right? I had like I loaded my PSP and DS with games. And legally, like allegedly.
Oh man, wait a God damn, dude, Jesus.
Crazy. Anyway, I had like my entertainment set, right? And and I brought my 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 sketchbook, my thumbnailing sketchbook with me, and I just had I just gave myself like 7 days to basically finish this, like finish like the rest of the book, right? And I remember I was like sending Matt updates when like at the little times that I did when I did have internet, right? Do you remember that, right?
I no, I'm laughing because I do remember. I remember when you were on the boat, and I'm like, "Aren't you on fucking vacation?" And you're like,
Oh my,
"No, I gotta
oh my
work."
gosh, yeah. That's. I remember like the boat. We had like the boat had like a mess hall, like a little cafeteria area, and I remember, like it was like around like nighttime. Like I used like when after I had my activities done for the day on the boat, and there's not really much else to do because like on the boat that I went on, like there would be like a handful of activities to do, but it's literally just things to do to pass the time because you're basically on a plane in slow motion. You're just all you're doing is just waiting to get to your destination, right?
You just around like just like the oldest people you've ever met in your life. Like, no
Yeah,
one cool, really. Just people just like
yeah, oldest
drinking.
like just the oldest people you ever met in your life, and everybody's in a swimsuit all the time. And I'm
Oh
like,
my god!
yeah,
Yeah, I
it's
hate
like,
looking at
it's like,
you're just being you're being sexually harassed like visually.
yeah, I'm
You're just like,
like,
oh god, like really, dude.
I did not consent to this. Like, it's like,
It
I'm gonna
like
be,
being on a
I'm so,
cruise is like
and I'm still like the only dude wearing jeans, like. like
being on a
like
cruise
like it like it's
is
like I,
being a
like it's
girl.
a yeah like I'm in a like it's a winter in New York. I'm still like dressed up like that.
Yeah, it's like being on a cruise is like being a girl with an Instagram. You're just like so many guys just like with like their just dicks out on the fucking like just like it's just gross. It's you're like god damn dude, really?
Oh man.
Christ, there's kids around here, dude.
Oh man, I remember when I was on the cruise. There were so many international people on that cruise too. Because like I remember, every time I would just like go in the elevator and there was somebody else there. It was like some language that I could never understand. And I remember I had like I remember I was like in a I was in an elevator and there was like two Chinese like Asian people that was in the elevator with me, and I had my and I like the one thing I did. I remember I had like my sweatshirt that said I conquered the Great Wall of China or something like that, and it had like
Oh my
Chinese
god.
characters on it. And he looked at me and he looked at my shirt and he read it. He was like, "I like your shirt," and I was like, "Yeah, thanks."
Yeah. You should have had that fucking I love Chinese culture hoodie. Remember
Yeah.
that one you made for me from
Oh
Furniture
yeah.
Academy?
Oh yeah. Maybe I'll put it on Teespring, T Public,
Oh
whatever.
my god, look at you
Yeah,
scamming again.
scamming. Yeah. Anyway, but yeah, I did a lot on that cruise. I believe. Yeah, I think I finished the book, and I finished doing the thumbnails of Chimera Island chapter 2, right? And I remember when I was like when I was in the cafeteria working on the thumbnails, like everybody was like was just just like a shotgun, like it was like what do they call it, like drive by, like glaring at like my sketchbook.
Yeah,
Yeah,
just like sticking their head in your thing. Like, what are you doing
it
over
was
there?
like, what are you doing over there? Like, oh, you're drawing. That's cool. And then like would move on to the next thing, and it always happens. I remember another cruise. This is another tangent, but it was very funny how like sometimes the crew members would look over my shoulder and be like, oh, what you're doing? You're making a comic. And I'm like, yeah. Just go, yeah, and I would just do my thing, just doing the marketing thing. But hey, I love it when people ask me about my comics. So anyway, uh,
Long
moving on.
story short,
Long story short, yeah, I think I got like the thumbnailing done in like 7 days of this. So, and also when it was finally time to work on it, it was like this. The art style kind of shifts a little bit, right? Because
mhm.
this is what I started going back on. I think like after the cruise, something changed in something changed. Wait, no, that was August. That had to be August or something like that of last year. And between that time, I was like, "Yo, Matt, you wanted to do that event that we're going to in May," and I was like, "You know what? I think we can finish it." It was like around New Year's, at the end of the year, last year, and I was like, "Yeah, Matt was like, yo, we're gonna do this," and I was like, "All right, I think I can finish this." It was like, actually, and he was like, "What?" And I was like, "Yeah, I get, yeah, I'm pretty much." It was like, "Are you sure?" And I'm like, "Yeah, I'm pretty sure." Pretty sure. Like, it's like, why? I mean, why not?
I had like no fucking like. I had just like no hope in you. I'm like, no, you can't, you fucking liar. Like, you fucking liar. No, you can't, you idiot. No. Like... And then you did it, and I was like, oh yeah, man, I believed in you this whole time.
Yeah, because I was like, you know what? I feel like it would be more impressive to like show up with a finished book than like to not. To like have like, oh yeah, we had three chapters done. And plus I was like, you know, it's been a while. It's been a while since I had a finished book. So I'm like, why not? Let's just do it.
Yeah, so, I mean, you're kind of right.
Yeah. So continuing with done with that tangent. That's why this kind of looks different, because to me it looks a little bit different by the approach, because like this is when I started doing things that made the comic look a little bit more uniform. Like I haven't been super experimental with the lengths, the what do they call it, the size of the brush strokes, because you see like some of the brush strokes are like thick and some of it is like pretty thin, and this is when I like kind of locked in with like thin brushes, like the thin brushes, and moving on from here, flipping it, do the flip.
Okay. I mean, I think is there anything else that you want to say, or did we do the damn thing?
Let me look through over here. Other than it took a while for me to remember that to go with a running gag of like T's building being more and more demolished. As
that did take that wasn't another bit that we didn't really flesh out well because of the fucking drafts, but I mean, at the end of the day, bro, it's like, at the end of the day, we I think we did the damn thing, man. You know what I'm saying? We made a good chapter of Just a Reaper.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and me tracing
over mixed like logic.
And like tracing over like news anchors that I randomly found on the internet. So like that's gonna be like a running thing when it's like when things are like on TV or whatever. You just have like realistic looking guys and people. And then the main character.
You should have traced Tucker Carlson and put him on there.
Casually watching Tucker Carlson.
He's a Republican. He's a black Republican.
Yeah, he's like,
all right, that's kindred, I guess.
He's like, oh man, these Democrats are like really tearing down Charlotte. You know what I'm saying?
Democrats. These demon rats.
These demon rats. Yo, Eric, do your job and take care of these demon rats. I mean,
yeah, and Eric's like, I don't think we're talking about the same thing, man. I think we're talking about something.
He's like, they're gonna take away my guns. Like, what are you talking about?
That was legally, so.
He's like, that's because big Garma, big Garma, government, government and pharma is big Garma.
Big Garma is trying to get to me, man.
Trying to get to me.
It would be funny if we decided one day to just make like Just a Reaper just like overly like conservative. You know what I mean? We make Eric white as shit. Like, you know what I mean? And he's just like, and he's always like fighting like DEI demons. Like, you know what I mean? Like
Right.
Kane's like a black like a black man, and just like, and Eric's like, I have to kill him. He has to die.
Yeah.
You know, he's like, he can't live. He has to die. Unfortunately,
Yeah.
we have to
Unfortunately.
stop him before he takes down Western society.
It's like he's going for the churches. No. No. No.
Oh,
He's,
not the women.
we gotta protect. We gotta protect the synagogues.
Oh, shit. Oh, fuck. It's like, oh no, Ben Shapiro.
For our greatest ally.
For Israel.
For Israel.
Well, see, what I
yeah,
like today
that's
is
T.
like,
Yeah,
Israel
that's.
has the right to defend itself.
Oh yeah,
That's
T.
what I think.
Oh my god, yeah, we have the special one shot of T dies for Israel, and it's just, when that comes out, that's when you know that's gonna be like funded by the U.S. government. We've finally been funded by the U.S. government.
Honestly, yeah, and honestly, guys, folks, you guys watching, you guys would think that it would take a lot more money than it actually would for us to actually do that. It would really just take that one phone call of just like, hey, we'll give each of you guys $10,000, and I'm like, okay, it is done. Mason, it was nice to do this Reaper. Let's do something else.
Like yeah, T is like T drops like the hardest bangers bit like Eric. I know we talked a lot about what it means to be a real nigga, but there's nothing realer than dying for what you believe in. And what I believe in is the sanctity of Israel.
Eric, you don't understand. Israel's been under attack for thousands of years. You don't understand, man. They're trying to take away what is.
Do you know what it like Israel like Eric? Do you know what it means? Do you know how it feels to be persecuted for thousands of years?
And they're both black. They're like, you don't understand what it was like, okay? Being persecuted for just the way you are, for something you can't control.
Eric, you just wouldn't understand because you're light skinned.
He's like, see, you're an abomination. You're a black man and a white woman get together to make you. He's like, when in reality, two whites should have made you.
Oh man, but that's the episode. That's the chapter.
Oh wow, I forgot we were recording. Fuck it, man. There's just gonna be a whole like I like how this started off. We were like doing like normal author stuff, and then out of nowhere we just went straight to Israel. Like it just went straight to Israel, and that's what usually happens in our conversations. Usually we stay pretty PG, and then like once the Israel is there any kind of like reference to Israel, we're like, oh, let's go over there.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I mean it's funny. It's fun.
Yeah,
I think you if anything this will probably get taken down because of the with the logic thing.
Oh, that's what's gonna take us down.
Yeah, probably. We're pro-Israel over here. Yeah, something like that.
You're pro-Israel. You can take that one.
Yeah.
I'm not taking that hit. You can take that one.
Listen, like if we're gonna work together, it's gotta be a balance. You're pro-Palestine. Listen, pro-Palestine and pro-Israeli. We can be friends.
We're proof that those guys can work together.
Yeah, it's like that one meme of like a One Piece where like Luffy and Ace do the handshake. It's like
yeah. No, it's like when the Crips and the Bloods tied the bandanas together.
Yeah.
We're tying the Israeli flag and the Palestine flag together, and we're like holding hands. We should draw Eric and T, like, holding both of those flags up with Greg in the middle with the sign that says "Love Wins." That's what we should do.
Yeah, they all.
If we really wanted to get money. All right, guys. We should stop before it's too late.
Yeah. All right. Yeah. So buy the book, subscribe to the channel, and look at the Substack. What?
I got one more thing. stick around, man. This special surprise at the end.
Yeah, special surprise. All right.
Peace.